If I can give you one thought, one piece of advice today, it would be this. Don't feel compelled to bet either one of these NFL games today if you don't absolutely love them. That's the bottom line. Listen, we're all action junkies. The weekend rolls around. We've got two primetime NFL games. It's the postseason. We want to be in on the action. But if you're not 100% sure of what game you like and what side you like, stay away. Turn to college basketball perhaps instead. That's what I'm doing today. That's why I'm going to break down both of these games for you today. Because as I've often said to you, when you have that winning ticket and you go to the cashier's window, they don't tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I got to pay you less for the college basketball winner than I would have for the NFL winner. A win is a win, a loss is a loss. A winning ticket is one to be redeemed instantly. So again, if you're not in love, if you're not feeling it for either one of these games, like I am today, turn to college basketball. That's where my personal best bet is today. And hell, I'm 9-3 with my top college basketball plays this season. I would much rather ride it in hoops than on these NFL contests. Now, that's not to say other handicappers here at the site don't have monster plays. I just don't share their enthusiasm. And my best bet in the NFL is going to be on tomorrow's card. One of the two games, to be honest with you, I love them both more than today's. I haven't settled yet on which one I'm going to go with. But I do love them both better than today, and I'm going to break down both of your games today and give you some college basketball free selections as well. This being Saturday, you know that the deal guys, or I should say the drill, and you can probably do it every bit as fast as I can. Each and every Saturday for the past 3 years, I've given you a money-saving discount coupon code that can save you potentially hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price, and today is no different. That coupon code is 26%. That is 26%, 26%. That will save you 26% off your total purchase price. And the beautiful thing about it, it's a mix and match coupon. You can use it for any combination of handicappers, picks, and or packages, and you save 26% off the total purchase price. Now, the only stipulation is it's a one-time usage coupon, so you got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. So when I tell you in a moment about Scott Delaney and Shawn Michaels' big NFL plays today, of which they're on red-hot rolls, you can't come in and buy one and then buy the latter one 3 hours later and use the discount. Everything in your shopping cart at one time. The other great thing, Scott Delaney, Gabriel DuPont, two red-hot handicappers. Let's say you're in the middle of a DuPont 30-day package and you've got 7 days left. You want to get another 30-day package. Well, guys, you can use the coupon on the purchase price of the 30-day package. It will then give you 37 days left in your current package because it adds another 30 to your current one. And if you have any instant rebates, they're applicable as well to maximize your savings. I do this every single Saturday because nearly 85% of the customers here at these sites are all involved in one form or another or some type of long-term package. So I do this consistently on Saturdays to make sure that you, again, maximize your savings. Should you ever have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Now, Scott Delaney, yesterday, I made him the featured discounted play at the site. He had another 100 dime max wager release, and he scored easily with the Wizards, hammering the Chicago Bulls last night by 16 points as a one-point chalk. You got that play at for just $34, saving $75 off the regular price. Now, those 109 max wager plays in all sports combined over the past 3 years, he has 74, 47, and 2. Today, he has something twice as strong. First ever 200 dime NFL playoff release of his career. Patriots Ravens side. And it's the half price play of the day. The coupon code is simply Scott, his first name, SCOTT. Keep in mind, with 50 dime plays or higher in all sports the past 3 years, $10 bettors have won over $43,000. Hell, just here recently, let me just look at his webpage here for a moment. Recently, he's won 10 out of the last 14 days. He's made $10 bettors over $7,000 the past 9 weeks, over $4,500 the past 2 weeks. So, he won his first ever NFL 200 dime release. It was a regular season play. When it was October 23rd, it was Denver hammering San Diego at home. You got that play at a huge discount. You get today's for half price, his first ever 200 dime NFL playoff release. And I think it's his 200 dime winner number 7 out of 10 in all sports combined. You get it for half price by using coupon code SCOTT. Shawn Michaels remains the winningest football handicapper, college and pro football combined here at the site over the past 5 years, making $10 bettors over $28,000. Today, 100 dime NFC playoff lock, his Carolina Seattle side. You save $60 by using coupon code Sean, his first name, 57, 30, and 3 with NFL 100 dime releases over the past 6 years. 57, 30, and 3. So that covers your late game. A couple other guys have $5 play of the day. There's 777 triple play today on the totals from the NFL games. Matt Rivers, like myself, is turning to college basketball. Third ever blank check game of his career. That's 11 plus years, almost 12 years now since I started these sites. Third ever one at St. Louis and Davidson at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You get it for $22. Save 77 off the regular price by using coupon code MATT. Okay, let's get to these games here today. You know, I'll do this in reverse chronological order for you. Okay, so Seattle's 11 and a half, 11 points at home, okay? First, the elephant in the room. No defending Super Bowl champion has won a single playoff game, not one, the year after winning the title for 8 straight seasons. That means they were one and done, or they didn't even make the postseason field. Seattle ain't losing this game. That's the bottom line. Seattle's not going to lose this game. Listen, the Seahawks have won 6 in a row and covered 6 in a row, all by double-digit margins. They've given up just 39 points in that stretch. I mean, this is a different team that went to Carolina earlier in the season, back on October 26th, and struggled to a 13-9 win. Throw that game out the window. It means nothing. The Seahawks were on their second straight on the road. They didn't have their full defensive complement. They're a different team now that Cam Chancellor and Bobby Wagner, their safety and middle linebacker, respectively, have returned, and that's really fueled their late season surge defensively. Plus, that game was in Carolina, and the Seahawks were coming off a road loss to St. Louis the prior week. This is a team that's on a roll. Why is the number so big, even though Carolina gave them a big battle the first go-round? Because, again, that game was in Carolina. This one's at CenturyLink Field. We know the deal here, how Seattle plays at home with that 12th man bit, right? Long road trip for the Panthers, while the Seahawks were idle and watching the games on TV last week like you and I. And even though the Panthers have won 5 straight, and listen, I was on the Panthers last week, and I like Panthers against Arizona. Who the hell did they beat in those 5 straight games? They beat New Orleans, they beat Tampa, they beat Cleveland, they beat Atlanta. 4 teams that didn't make the postseason field. They beat an injury-riddled, crippled Arizona team with a third-string quarterback that I dare say some of you guys out there could have done a better job quarterbacking Arizona last week. So I like Seattle minus the points. Am I in love with them? No, but I like them more than my pick on New England at home against Baltimore. I know it's a big number. I know all about Baltimore, 5 straight covers in the postseason, blah, 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 blah. You've heard all the numbers. I don't have to repeat them for you. If you've watched TV or read anything, you know how the Ravens have been spectacular and Flacco has been spectacular in the postseason. But there's also the number with the Patriots being 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 at home in the playoffs. But here's the thing that gets me. Okay, the Ravens beat Pittsburgh last week. Miserable field, miserable inclement weather, and a miserable performance by the Steelers because they couldn't run the ball because Le'Veon Bell didn't play. I think if Le'Veon Bell plays and you take the weather out of the equation, I don't know. I mean, it's coulda, shoulda, woulda time, but I think you would have had a different outcome in that game. The Steelers were a schizophrenic team all season long. Patriots are not schizophrenic. 7-1 straight up at home. Lone loss in their home finale against Buffalo when they didn't give a damn. Tom Brady on half the starters only played a half in that game. I just think that the public is in love with the Ravens seeing those 7 points, but I do believe this Ravens team that's just 2-6 straight up this year against teams with winning records will get the job done. Plus, third road game in 4 weeks for Baltimore. Not an easy spot. I'm just not in love with the Ravens. May I make a suggestion, though? I think the best play for these 2 NFL playoff games today, why not play a teaser? I like Seattle. Okay, I think they cover the 11-point number. New England, listen, I'm not in love with the game. Patriots could blow it. They could win by 3. They could win by 4. It could be 24-20. You know what I mean? But I do believe the Patriots are going to win the game. I think Baltimore's run on the road comes to an end. So in a 2-team, 6-point teaser, I can take New England down to 1, Seattle down to 5.5. I can live with that. So there's my endorsement on the teaser. College basketball today. I'm going to take a shot with Seton Hall plus the 2 points at Creighton. Creighton's lost 4 in a row. Creighton in a must-win situation, but who says they're going to deliver in a must-win situation? Listen, Seton Hall hit the skids and hasn't really performed well on the road this season when they lost their Big East road opener 69-58 at Xavier on Wednesday. This after upsetting Villanova as a 7-point dog, beating the Wildcats by 5, handing Nova its first loss of the season. This after beating St. John's as a 1-point dog by 11 points to open Big East play. Now, the Blue Jays just lost 70-60 at home to DePaul. DePaul jumped out to a 20-5 lead. Blue Demons 3-0 Big East play, and they rolled in that particular game. And DePaul was a 10-point dog in that contest, okay? Creighton's also lost by 15 to Georgetown, 12 at Providence, those 2 games on the road. You got a 12-3 team in Seton Hall versus a 9-7 team with Creighton that doesn't have its big gun from last year, Doug McDermott, the coach's son. So I've got to go with Seton Hall here, even though the Pirates are just 1-3 straight up on the road. I like Seton Hall in this particular contest. Here's an interesting game for you. I'm looking at the contest between Buffalo and Western Michigan in the Mid-American Conference. Buffalo is a 1-point dog in this particular game. The Bulls have won 6 of their last 7 games. The lone loss coming at Wisconsin. Gee, let's hold that against them. Meanwhile, they're coming off a 79-72 win at Miami of Ohio, laying 6 on Wednesday, while their hosts today, Western Michigan, the Broncos, just lost by 20 at Akron in their conference opener. How do you lose by 20 points at Akron? I don't get it. So I'm willing to take a shot with Buffalo in that particular game. I looked at the game between Tennessee and Alabama. And, I used Alabama the other night as a 15-dime play, which I'm 9-3 on the season, matches the highest rated play in my career in college basketball. And Alabama, a 5.5-point favorite at home, opened the SEC portion of their schedule with a 21-point blowout of Texas A&M. But as I pointed out that night, A&M was minus its leading scorer and rebounder, so they were already in the hole before they hit the floor. Today, Alabama finds itself getting 2 to 2.5 points at Tennessee. Now, the Volunteers, a rebuilding team, new head coach, Donnie Swindell, 7-0, though, at home this season, already knocking off Butler and Kansas State in Knoxville. They've won 10 in a row in Rocky Top since the end of last season. I look at Alabama. They lost to Wichita State by 1 in their last road game way back on December 16th. They lost to Xavier by 13 points back on December 6th. This is the Crimson Tide team whose last true, not neutral site, not preseason tournament, their last true road win, February 12th, 2013. Okay, we're talking about a near 2-year stretch. I do believe Alabama is a much improved team, and I think they've got that 3-guard lineup, which is just dynamite with 2 senior starters there. But I like the way Tennessee is playing. This game I relegated to free pick status because it's going to be one of those games that's going to go down to the wire. It could be 65-60. It could be 65-62. It's going to be one of those games, but I will give the edge to Tennessee in this particular contest. And that'll do it for today's card, guys. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.